What's up, BGI community? John here, and today we're going to take a look at Piedmont Blues, and we're going to get started building a solid foundation in Piedmont finger picking. And we're going to do that by stripping away all of the fancy licks and all of the fancy finger picking work that usually is associated with Piedmont Blues, and we're going to strip it down to its core essentials. And to me, that means two things when you're talking about Piedmont Blues. That's the alternating bass and then a simple but very memorable melody. So let's take a look at a stripped down version of the piece that I played in the opener. Okay, now you can tell just by listening that the bass really thumps along, and it's really driving throughout the whole progression, and then the melody is simple. It's bright and it's clear, and there's nothing else going on. I'm doing the bass and this single note type melody. So what I want to do is dive into the alternating bass part. I want to isolate that. Let's get good at that, and then we can introduce the other fingers. So to get started, we're working on our C major chord, and notice that the lowest note in this chord is on the 5th string. And typically with a 5th string low note, what you'll end up doing is cycling back and forth using, when we're talking about the alternating bass, between the 5th string and the 4th string. And notice I'm not doing anything fancy. That's just where my two fingers fall when you fret the C major chord, and then I'm doing the 5th string, 4th string, back and forth, back and forth. And I really urge you to practice this, because this should really become second nature to you, and it needs to be, because when we start doing different things with the other fingers, you're going to have enough to worry about, so you want your thumb to just kind of be on autopilot. And the best way that I know to help you do that is to just practice only the bass line over and over and over again. And what you're doing there is building up a lot of muscle memory just through repetition here. So let's keep moving through. We've got the C chord, and we're going to move to the A chord, which is the second chord in the progression. And notice that I just slipped right into it. I didn't have to do anything different with my thumb. I just move right back to the A chord. Let's watch it again. Alright, so we stick with the low note being on the 5th string in the A chord, which is the A, and so we just cycle where my fingers landed between the 5th and the 4th. Alright, now here's where things get a little tricky for the thumb. We're going to throw it a curveball and fret up that D7 with the bass here on the 6th string. So now we have a low note that's on the 6th string, not the 5th string. So what you're going to do in this situation is go 6, 4, and skip the 5. And this is where your thumb is going to fight you for a little bit, especially if you're brand new to this alternating bass technique. So really spend some time and just go back and forth, back and forth. Again, it might seem silly to just do this because you think it's simple, but you really need to get this simple thing down pat until you can carry on a conversation, practically do anything else without even thinking about what your thumb is doing. It's just got to be on beat, solid notes, and a lot of repetition will really help you get there. So here we are. We're starting from the C, A, and then we're at our D7, which just gets 2 beats, 1, 2. Then we switch to the G, and I hit a wrong note there. Just pretend like that didn't happen. What we're doing is the same thing: 6, 4. So we got 6, 4 with the D. 7 chord held down, and then we switch to the G, 6, 4. All right, so here's the first 4 bars of this, just the bass line. Back to the C to round that out for the 4th bar. Alright friends, that's it for this lesson, but keep in mind this is the first lesson in a series of lessons to hopefully get you playing some awesome Piedmont blues. So really practice this alternating bass thing, the back and forth, all that stuff. Get your thumb working for you without even thinking about it, and then you'll find that the next lesson is going to be so much easier. What we're going to do there is we're going to add a nice little melody line right on top of that alternating bass that we learned today. So practice up your bass, and then I'll see you in the next lesson where we add that melody.